In the history of House Targaryen, madness and greatness are often separated by a single choice. Two brothers, one believed he was a dragon, the other shaved his head and ran away. This is the story of Aerion Targaryen, the prince who drank wildfire, and Aegon V Targaryen, the boy who became king. Aerion wasn't just arrogant, he was dangerous. At the tourney at Ashford Meadow, he didn't simply compete, he humiliated, he tortured, he attacked a defenseless puppeteer named Tansel, threatening violence because he felt mocked. That's when a hedge knight stepped in. A massive, unpolished knight named Duncan the Tall. Dunk struck a prince to defend the innocent, and that single punch shook the realm. Accused of assaulting royalty, Dunk demanded trial by combat, but Aerion wasn't satisfied with single combat. He demanded something ancient, something rare, a trial of 7. Why? Because alone he might lose, but with 6 knights beside him, Dunk would surely die. This wasn't justice, it was spectacle, it was pride, it was Brightflame stacking the odds. And in that chaotic clash of 7 against 7, a greater tragedy unfolded. Prince Baelor Targaryen, the noblest son of King Daeron II, fought for Dunk. He survived the melee but later collapsed, a crushed skull from a blow struck accidentally by his own brother Mecca. Baelor's death shattered civility, and it all began because Aerion could not bear being challenged. Watching all of this was a small bald boy, Egg. He saw what power without mercy looked like. He saw what arrogance could destroy, and perhaps in that moment he decided, I will never be like him. Egg didn't run away from responsibility. He ran away from becoming Aerion. He stowed away with Dunk not just for adventure, but to learn honor from a man without a crown, because sometimes the greatest kings are shaped far from castles. After the trial, King Daeron too had enough. Aerion was exiled to Lys, but exile did not cure him, it fed him. He grew more obsessed with dragon blood, more convinced he wasn't human. When he returned to Westeros, the madness is deepened. He believed he was a dragon trapped in flesh, and dragons, he thought, are reborn in fire. So Aerion Brightflame drank wildfire, not as suicide but as transformation. He believed the flames would free him. Instead they consumed him. No wings, no rebirth, just agony. The prince who thought himself a dragon died screaming like a man. 2 brothers, one chased the myth of being a dragon, the other walked among the people. Years later, that bald squire would become King Aegon V, a king who fought for the small folk, a king who tried to limit the power of cruel lords, a king shaped not by privilege, but by hardship. Egg ruled with empathy, because he had seen what happens when dragon blood rules without it. Here's the haunting part. Without Aerion's cruelty, there is no trial of 7. Without the trial of 7, Baelor Breakspear might have lived without Baelor's death. The line of succession changes. Maybe Egg never becomes king. The mad prince who drank fire accidentally forged the king who tried to cool it. That is the cruel poetry of House Targaryen. Madness births reform, pride births humility, fire births shadow. In the end, Aerion Brightflame wanted to be remembered as a dragon, but history remembers him as a warning. And Egg, he proved that sometimes the smallest dragon casts the longest shadow. Here's a little known fact. Aerion's cruelty had a direct impact on the laws of the realm. After the trial of 7, the outcry over the stacked odds and the death of Prince Baelor led to legal reforms. The right to a trial by 7, while ancient, was seen as a tool of the powerful to escape justice. Aegon V, once he became king, would later champion the rights of the common folk, a direct result of the injustices he witnessed in his youth. Another fascinating detail is that Aerion's obsession with fire was not unique. The Targaryen fascination with fire, and the belief that it could hatch dragon eggs or even transform a Targaryen into a dragon, was a recurring theme. This belief, a symptom of the Targaryen madness, would surface again in later generations, most notably with King Aerys II, the Mad King. The final interesting fact is about the legacy of the 2 brothers. While Aerion is remembered as a madman, his actions inadvertently led to the rise of one of the most beloved kings in Westerosi history. Aegon V, the Unlikely, as he was known, spent his reign trying to undo the damage caused by the arrogance and cruelty of nobles like his brother. His reign was a constant struggle, but his empathy for the common people, learned during his time with Dunk, left a lasting impact on the 7 kingdoms. Let's delve deeper into the Trial of 7. This ancient form of trial by combat was so rare that many in Westeros considered it a myth. The rules were complex, 7 champions on each side, fighting simultaneously. A victory was only declared when all 7 opponents were killed or yielded. The chaos of such a battle was immense, and it was this chaos that led to the tragic death of Prince Baelor. His death, at the hands of his own brother Mika, was a devastating blow to House Targaryen and the stability of the realm. Mika, consumed by grief and guilt, never forgave himself. Now, consider the tragic end of Aegon V's reign. His obsession with bringing back dragons, a desire born from a need to enforce his reforms and protect the small folk, led to the tragedy at Summerhall. In an attempt to hatch ancient dragon eggs, a great fire broke out, consuming the castle and killing the king, his son Duncan, and his loyal friend, Ser Duncan the Tall. The very man who had set him on the path to becoming a great king died by his side, a poignant and tragic end to their lifelong friendship. And finally, a detail that connects this story to the larger saga of Ice and Fire. The tragedy at Summerhall occurred on the very day that Prince Rhaegar Targaryen was born. This event haunted Rhaegar for his entire life, shaping his melancholic personality and his obsession with prophecy. He often visited the ruins of Summerhall, seeking answers in the place of his birth and his family's great sorrow. The shadow of Summerhall and the story of Aerion and Egg stretched far into the future, influencing the events that would eventually lead to Robert's rebellion and the fall of the Targaryen dynasty. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales from the world of Ice and Fire. Let us know in the comments which story you'd like to see next.